What's up, everybody? I'm Scott and you're watching the Hobby Channel. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and drop a like if you want. So I decided to make a YouTube episode because I was flying around last week and I had a little mid-air mishap with my motor where a piece of my motor fell off while I was flying mid-flight. I believe it struck my prop. There's a little tiny chunk that is in the meat of the propeller. I think if it probably would have hit somewhere around the tip, it would have been much worse, but everything was okay. Nothing really too bad happened, but I did lose the pulley piece off of my pull starter on a Parajet Maverick. So the day started off like any other, just start my motor, set my lines, get my A's up, and away I went. I inflated my wing, had a pretty strong wind on that flight, so I basically got pulled back a little bit, as you see here, and then hit the throttle, and I was off the ground in less than 10 feet. It was definitely a little choppy, a little bumpy, especially because I was launching towards a tree line. But once I got up, over 50, 60 feet, it started to smooth out. Continued on with my flight, climbing up to about 1,000 or so feet, maybe a little bit over 1,000 feet. And that's when this happened. I did hear a little clunk, and you can hear it in the video, and I also felt it hit my helmet. I had no clue what it was, but I knew something had hit me. And here it is again. And one more time in slow. So while in flight, I was looking around. I didn't see anything obvious. Nothing happened. I looked and I saw that the pulley cable was still there, so I assumed that everything was okay. Turns out it wasn't. It was in fact the catch that holds the pulley in place.
I just got hit with something. I have no idea. Something hit me. Sounded like something metal. It hit me in the head. And then I heard it bounce off the trike. And I don't know what the it was. My cameras are still here. The strobe is still there. I don't see anything that I lost. It hit me in the top of the head, so I don't know, maybe I picked something up that was up in my wing.
But at the time, having not observed anything wrong, I was flying fine, everything was good, so I just kept on flying. I thought maybe I'd picked something up off the grass runway at the airport. In my lines, I have seen little metal pieces of plane parts sitting out there, so I thought perhaps maybe something like that. So I continued to fly around about another 45 minutes, enjoying the view, checking out the surroundings, and then I continued to return back to the airport where I made a successful landing, and that was when I discovered that the pulley was missing. When I stood up and saw that the cable was hanging in an awkward way. So what I'm going to do is replace the pulley catch with a fixed bolt That way it cannot fall off. My dad's also fell off. There's a problem with the pin depressor. The spring is vibrating loose, and you can see in the video the time when it fell off was when I was reducing throttle, which when the Moster is at low throttle, it has quite a bit of vibration between like over 1,000 and under 3,000 RPM. This definitely could have been a catastrophic motor out type situation where that little bolt is, you know, an inch or two long, and if that would have went through the prop in a bad or worse way, then it definitely could have blew up the prop. At that point, then the pulley cable is just kind of hanging there and could get easily sucked through the net. Fortunately, it did not, but that would be another nightmare all on its own, where it would rip out the starter out of the engine and who knows what. Fortunately, none of that happened. I had a good flight and I made it back home all right. We're going to get her fixed up and get flying again. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, everyone, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Hobby Channel.